All right. So now you got me thinking. I'm going to take my mask off, people. No, no, no. There's a reason that and I'm not like challenging you or telling
No,
you that you
absolutely.
shouldn't. But my reason for not taking off my mask is because there's people in my world now that don't know anything. There's many that do not know anything. I have a new name courtesy of the marshal's office, and they probably freak out. They probably have some. There probably be some heart attacks. If they knew that. That's one.
Yeah, and I understand. You did it a long time ago. So
Yeah.
YouTube is a new thing, and
Yeah.
so that's why I didn't feel. I mean, I didn't feel I didn't feel any way about showing my face because I'm relatively new to leaving that life,
Yeah.
and my pictures are everywhere. I mean, paperwork's everywhere with my
and you're
picture.
and you're young enough to where you're not going to change that much anyway. And my concern for all of you guys, and I'm talking I'm talking about Rojo, Flaco, all them guys. I am heartfully concerned for your guys' safety, when that happens. But at the end of the day, you guys are grown men and you could do whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it. I just, myself, I have, I've been alive. I'm 71 years old. I've managed to stay alive doing the things that I do. But this is kind of unique here, to have you without your máscara and me, with my mil máscaras.
Yeah. And I didn't say it to challenge you in that. What I'm just trying.
You did.
No, the reason I'm saying it is because I want people to know that I'm not scared of them fools. And to be honest with you, I don't think they want to kill me. I think they know that what I'm saying is the truth.
Right.
I've had conversations with some that are still active. That they don't agree with what I've done. You know what I mean?
No.
In the past, the way I walked away, they may not agree with all that, but I think they agree with me walking away and why. They see the futility of it. Yeah. And like I said, I don't think that there's anybody that holds it against me so bad that they're walking the streets trying to kill me.
Right.
Now, there are those that if they could, they would. Right. I get that.
Yep.
I just don't believe that those are the ones that are walking the streets right now or on YouTube.
Yeah.
So I'm not, that's my thing. Now, my situation is a little different than yours because, and I say this with all due respect, I think in Califas, the carnales have the sureños a little more brainwashed, right? So with us, we had not reached. Okay, so this is the way I'm going to say it. I think we are still 20 years behind what you guys have become, or what, not you guys, obviously. Califas.
Califas.
So I think where we are now is what it was when you were parte, right? Or a member. You guys don't say parte or whatever, but a member of, right? So that's what I'm saying. The carnales in Arizona do not have 100,000 soldados ready to put down their lives for them. Mm-hmm. They do have those. They call them skina, and they do have those that are willing to here and there because they want to be parte or they're on that path. But it's not like Cali where every sureño is bound by that regla. In Arizona, it's not. You go to the Pinta, you choose your road. If you don't want to mess around with them vatos, you don't want to be part of none of that, you don't. You just live your life. You're good. You get out. You see a carnal. You don't have to take a shot at him. That's not your business.
Yeah.
It's someone else's business, another carnal or skina or whatever. And technically, it's usually another carnal, right? We have the same regla where it has to be a carnal killing a carnal. But like I'm saying, that's why I think we're still behind the times. We're where you were, you know what I mean? So like when you were there, you guys didn't have all the sureños, you didn't have all that thing going on. It wasn't all, it came later. And I think hopefully Arizona doesn't evolve to that. Hopefully we're able to put a little dent in that. I mean, maybe I'm being too hopeful and dreaming here, but that's why I'm not as worried. You have a different situation.
Well, don't let now to the audience. Don't let Cricket yank your chain about this. He is wearing a mask. Okay, he's this is the real mil máscara.
This is my COVID mask.
Yeah. He's wearing a mask. So that's part of his narrative. But now let's talk about prison life.
Mm-hmm.
I got to tell you, I had fun when I was doing time, especially in the big yards, I'm talking about Folsom and Quilmes. In the big yards, we had everything. We had the ice cream man. We had the front seat when we watched the movies. We had the burrito man, hooking us up. We had all the dope we wanted. We had it made in the shade. And I loved it. I loved the prison life. I didn't do hard time, and I think a lot of it, if you look back, is you insulate yourself. You become brainwashed. You become a robot, and then
you get the routine going.
You get the routine, and you don't let anything interfere with living, and you go from your innocence when you first entered juvenile hall. You were innocent, didn't want to do time, and all of a sudden, you're a predator. You're a predator enjoying prison life, and then when things happen, because there's a lot of people today that are doing long-term confinement, and a lot of these guys are not miserable. They're enjoying their existence. But at the same time, and I know this is a dichotomy, it sounds like a contradiction when I say this, everybody strives to get out. So your innermost desire is to be free, not to be locked up.
Human nature.
Human nature. Everybody's, doing time. They're making the best of it. They're getting high to escape reality. They got their family support going on. And, but at the same time, there is a desire. And I know I'm saying this as a person who helped put away a lot of these guys, especially the OGs, and some of them died in prison. And I feel bad for their families, and I feel bad for them. But that was part of, the existence of what I had to do at the time, and why I had to do it. And you still can feel bad for them. And I can, as a believer in Christ, I would want for them to someday come to the Lord and save their soul. And that's, that's my hope and prayer for them, And it sounds hypocritical, and I'm sure some of the guys that are still alive, Willie Bobo, Stoney from San Pedro's, all the guys. There's a lot of them still alive that remember, and I'm sure they look at it like they wish I was dead. Well, that's a gangster in them talking, and there's a level of immaturity that comes into play with that, and a lot of people do not get past the immaturity and the darkness that's in their life that permeates their souls. So that's what I mean when I say I want them to. I'd love to see them give their hearts to the Lord and save their souls. Is that light goes on, and they come out of that existence.
Yeah, for us, I think it's the same thing. We had fun in the Pinta. You make the best of your situation. I think your times were better than mine because I heard of how it was before I got to the Pinta. In the 70s, you guys had everything. They started taking stuff little by little. By the time I got to the Pinta, we had, we had the ice cream man. We had all that type of stuff too. But then you would hear back in the day, they used to let people come in and throw concerts, and your family could come on the yarda and barbecue with you. And we didn't have none of that. That would have made it that much better. But you make the best of your situation. So did I have fun? Yeah, of course. We didn't have those little things, but we had fun. We ran around the yarda. We got dope. We got high. It was the cool crowd. We did this. Hey, let's go over here. Let's go. Whatever we could get away with, we did.
Yeah.
We had everything we wanted to, and it hasn't changed. Now they have cell phones. I mean, that would have been great to do time with cell phones.
Forget about it.
Yeah. So, and now, most of carnales are locked down 23 hours a day.
Well, that's changed in Califas.
Yeah, and it hasn't changed for us yet. I'm hearing little by little they have a step down program now that you can work your way down. But if you get one shot or one write up, and you're going back, and so there's people that have been out, to the yardas, and they were out there for a year or two, and now they're back in STG because they did something. Who knows? Whatever. They get written up for whatever. But now they're saying there's on the 15th of this month, they're starting another STG policy. The new STG policy is coming into play, on the 15th of this month. Someone's gonna send it to me so that I can see what it is. But it's changing from now 18 months of the step down program to get to the yarda to 6 months. It used to be 18 months. You had to be still locked down in SMU2, which is like your guys' Pelican Bay, same setup, same building, everything. So they had to be there for 18 months in a pod where they would let like Carnales and AB and whatever out in the pod together. And, so they had to function for 18 months. Then they can make their way to the yardas. And now they're bringing that time down to 6 months. So now they can work their way down to 6 months. But they still get locked down. They'll still go back to STG if they do anything on the yardas wrong. So they are changing the STG policy though, but we still have it. They're all still in there locked down, and there's some walking the yards that have made it. Like, I mean, P-Boy's out in Tucson.
Yeah.
And he was STG'd for probably 30 years.
P-Boy is one of the Moreno brothers from
Califas.
Yeah.
And so he's now in Cimarron, which is a yard out in Tucson, Arizona, and enjoying life. He's out there and so yeah, that made it a little easier to be able to walk yards, be out there and make the best of it. But we still have the lockdown. So they still have Carolinas locked down for the 23 hours a day. The only thing I think they were saying that even in there, they started getting a little lax where they were allowing 2 people at a time to go into the basket. They made like bigger cages and with a basketball hoop instead of just that little concrete one with your little handball. And they could go in there, and 2 guys can go in there and play basketball.
Did you play handball?
I played before. Yeah. When in the feds, I played handball. We didn't have handball in our state.
So there was one thing about prison that you could say that you miss. What is it?
Man, I don't miss shit.
So yeah, I've been out 38 years clean. 38 years clean. So it's I totally guarantee that I know what you're talking about, and and that's why we target people that are younger. Not that I don't want the OGs to get out. I want them out.
Everybody, all of them.
I want them all out.
But I'd like for the kids to just avoid it altogether.
Avoid it.
It's a heartache, man. It's not. It's not. There's no fun in it. We had fun because we had to.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you going to do? It's your life. You're a human being. You want to make the best of your situation.
Well, I'll tell you what, if we ever go back to prison, I'm going to make sure I'll take you to Califas with me.
I'm good, bro.
I'm good. Oh, brother.
We'll talk on the next one, bro.
Ándale pues. Gracias.